Hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here on a Tuesday, and we are getting ready for a preview of the fifth quarter with Marcy Crawford, the director of the Steubenville YMCA. But before we get to all of that, we have to thank our crew at Valley Converting, Mike Biasi and the crew at Valley Converting. They do a fantastic job. Of course, you know what we're talking about. They have their paper products. They recycle your paper products. Maybe tax seasons, or Marcy, if you had tax season, you had to go through all that paper. Now you're like, do I really need any more of this? Or you've got tax returns that are 10 years old. You don't need any more. They say, get rid of them. You can take them up to Mike. He'll turn them into something new. Give them a new life. Maybe you had a book that you read 17, 19, 20 times. And you're like, you know what? I need to get rid of this. Where do I go? I don't want to just throw it out. Take it up to Valley Converting. Let's hear from him now.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
Again, we can't thank Mike Biasi and the crew at Valley Converting in T-Town, the gem city of Toronto, Ohio, for all that they do for the 9-minute Phill-Up. But right now we are focused on the fifth quarter. And if you don't know what the fifth quarter is, you're probably going, fifth quarter? They don't even have that in football. But they do have it at the YMCA, and it's been around since last August. And Marcy, it's been a huge success. Give a description for people that don't know exactly what the fifth quarter is, as to what it encompasses and how it helps people.
So what it was, we started as a preventative after football games, hence fifth quarter. And it's a way to keep kids from drinking, vaping, keep them out of trouble. So it's a safe environment where parents feel like they can drop their kids off. They don't have those concerns. So it did so well after football games that we've extended it.
Okay.
And now I just want to know the kids to know that it's still going on. Like, I want to keep it up for them, because that's now their safe place that they keep coming to.
Okay. So it starts last August. You're thinking, okay, we get to about Christmas time, we can take a break, but it did so well. Now we're going to go all the way through to the next football season.
Yeah.
So I've been to the YMCA. It's a great facility in Steubenville. I mean, it used to be, if you haven't been to it and you're thinking, well, where is that? If you're old enough, you remember St. John Arena. They had great basketball games and everything there. Well, they've completely redone it. They have exercise equipment up top. They have exercise equipment down below. They have a great all-purpose court, indoor soccer games, basketball, pickleball, just about anything you can think of, you could do at the YMCA. And now, so I would imagine that just makes it a perfect situation for kids. Like, okay, you want to run around, burn off some energy, roll the basketball out, or play some pickleball, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
How easy has that been to just, have the kids come in and say, we've got plenty for you to do?
It's actually funny to watch. Like, you'll see kids like full game basketball on one court, and other kids like running, catching footballs in between the basketball game. There's pickleball on one side. I'm like, there's so many stuff going on at one time, and it was kind of cool. 2 weeks ago, we had a DJ playing.
Okay.
And they still played their sports and everything. And I have a video where they stopped everything to start doing a dance.
Oh, okay.
And it was like that stomp.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. Like a line
everybody
dance.
stomped.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And it was so funny because I videotaped it, because they're all playing basketball and all of a sudden they're all like, stopped everything they were doing and started dancing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, people don't realize this about the 9-minute Phill-Up. Jordan and I do that all the time. It's like our pregame. It's our pregame ritual, isn't it, Jordan? Jordan's not. She's
I don't even
shaking
know
her
what
head.
song it is. Like,
No, I'm trying. I was
Everybody
trying to think
stomp,
what's.
clap your hands. I can't.
Oh,
remember.
what is that? I know that one.
It's like a line dance. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I know. No, I
Everybody
didn't.
plays it in weddings.
Clap your hands. Yeah, I know that song. Charlie Brown's mentioned it, I think, at some point.
Oh,
Everybody's.
electric slide?
Oh, that's
No, not the
is that
electric
what it is?
slide. It's one like that. Oh, I can't think of it. But there's because I've seen my kids do it. I've probably done it, the whole thing. But it's so well. Dancing's just fun. So now the thing is though, it's not just if you want to have games and play and everything, but you have special guests every week as well, from what I understand.
We have guests. Well, this is the thing.
Or maybe not every week, but special guests come in.
Yeah. So, and we sometimes have the cops playing dodgeball with them, which
Okay.
they love that.
Oh, wait a
They
minute. I think
love
I
that
saw
before.
Sheriff Fred from
Yes.
He was there with
He's-
his crew. Wasn't he there?
He's done it, and Mike Petrella at Wintersville Mayor, he
Mhm.
brings his crew, and Mike, I think, and his crew loved it. He was texting me, "Can
Oh.
you come again?"
Oh, absolutely. Now Mike grew up catty corner to my house, so he's right across the street. So, but he's a little bit younger than I am. Well, much younger than I am. But I can see him being like,
Oh, they
"Let's
had
go.
fun.
Let's play some
Yeah.
dodgeball."
And the kids loved it, So, but I wanted to point out, like when I started the fifth quarter in
Mhm.
August, we had 10 kids.
Yeah.
So we're
I
now.
was going to ask you that. How
Yeah.
much growth have you seen? Because it's like anything, especially with kids, word of mouth.
Yeah, I think it's definitely word of mouth. And I think they know that we care.
Mhm.
I walk around, talk to all the kids. Some of them have like some struggle background,
Yeah.
and some come just for like food. We feed them for free.
Mhm.
Everything's free. Somewhere to be on a Friday night,
Yeah.
So, and I said, and like talk to all of them, and I know some of them, that's a safe place for them.
Yeah. Yeah. And that
So-
which is fantastic, because as you said, if you walk around and all of a sudden maybe they've got something on their brain that they want to talk about or need to talk about.
Yeah.
Have you had that situation where it's not just a conversation about, hey, how you doing? What's going on in school? It becomes a conversation about, okay, we need to make sure we have the right help for this person.
Right. And that's my minors, communication.
Okay.
And I feel like that's one of the biggest things. I'm not there just to be the director and oversee. Like, that's why it's kind of, I think, grown too, because I care. And I walk around and talk to all of them. And I've had kids, one little boy, he's 12. He's actually told me he smokes weed all the time
Mhm.
to handle his stress in life.
Okay.
And I, try to talk to him about how to handle it a different way.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I want speakers in there, because sometimes a 44-year-old
Mhm.
lady is not going
Yeah.
to be able to change that versus some of the football personnel and stuff like that can change that.
Yeah.
I had a little girl talk to me about cutting herself and self-harming herself and thinking about taking her own life. And she's 11 or 12,
Mhm.
So we're there to be there
Yeah.
for these kids.
Well, and it's one of those things where if you don't know what the fifth quarter is, it started back last August. It was set up to be after the football games. That's why it's the fifth quarter. But it's continuing, and it's continuing to grow. And we're here to let you know that if you want to be a part of the fifth quarter, you can do that, and it doesn't cost anything.
It's free for all the kids.
It's free for all the kids. And this week, it's supposed to be what, 7 to 10?
It's supposed to be 7 to 10.
But sometimes
They can skate in a little.
Marcy may
early.
open the door a little bit early. So,
Yeah.
You know what? There's a couple people. Okay, all right, 5:45, 6:30. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you show up, you're going to have an opportunity to have some fun. Worst case scenario, like you said, it's a safe place.
It's safe.
And if you want to hear a speaker or you want to see a guest, like for this week, you were telling me that Quincy Wilson, who's absolutely outstanding, just a great individual. I had the opportunity, the pleasure of covering him in when he played high school football at Weir, and then when he played college football. And then, true story, I was going to cover the Steelers playing Cincinnati in the playoffs way back when the Steelers won Super Bowl 40, I think it was. It was a long time ago, about 20 years ago. And I walked in the locker room in Cincinnati, and Quincy's having lunch. So he sees me. I say, well, like, hey, what's up? Give him a hug, hold it. And all the guys are like, why is Quincy and this media guy from Pittsburgh hugging?
Right.
And he was like, hey, this is my guy from high school when I was playing. But he's just he's gone on to coaching. He's just a genuine good guy, and I would imagine he's going to do a tremendous job with the talk. And he's now the head coach at his alma mater.
So I don't know Quincy, but I can tell you right now, there's a lot of people. Well, not a lot, but there's a few people I've reached out and asked if they could talk to the kids, and I've been like ghosted because you have to ask.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I actually used Facebook Messenger and I messaged him. I was like, hey, would you be interested in doing the 5th quarter? He instantly messaged me back. Yeah. And he full blown, like, I'm interested. I would love to talk to the kids. I mean,
he gets it. He's Ohio Valley through and through. You know, he gets it. He understands, you know, if there's going to be a guy that understands, okay, this is the Ohio Valley. These are some of the problems we face. This is what we deal with. So he's gonna be great. The kids are gonna love him. And if I know Quincy, there'll probably be a dodgeball game that breaks out, and he'll be right in the middle of it, or basketball, or something, or football, or something.
Everything, yeah.
So it's what was the genesis of this idea that you had for the 5th quarter? Because I mean, you sit one day having a lemonade on the porch. You know what? I want to have the 5th quarter. Where did the idea come from?
I can't actually take credit for it.
Okay.
So actually UPP, it's through like the Family Recovery and Prevention Office, and they someone on there had the idea.
Okay.
So he brought it to me, and I took it and ran.
Okay.
And they on UP or the Prevention Recovery, they've actually really helped me with funding and stuff just because they opened that door for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Producer extraordinaire Jordan has noticed that we got a little fuzzy on our picture. We still look fabulous, but she's correcting the issue. Okay, Jordan. Yeah. So anyways, it's like we're doing radio now. It's kind of, so, there it is. There it is. Perfect.
Sorry.
Oh, no, it's good. It's all good. So
it was, they kind of had the idea. I think his name was Greg. He actually doesn't work there longer, but he saw it at a different place sometime.
Okay.
And brought it up. And I was like, I'll do it. And I took the ball and ran. And then they've kind of helped me pave that way. So the Prevention Recovery Board actually helped me with that too.
All right. So again, we're talking with Marcy Crawford. She runs the YMCA in Steubenville. She's the director. And we are talking about the 5th quarter, which is Friday nights at the YMCA throughout the year. She had only planned for just football season, but all of a sudden it's turned into a thing where it's going to be all year round. And it's already started the all year round. But basically, if you have a child, what are there any age limitations?
We do 5th grade to 12th grade.
5th grade to 12th grade. So if you have a student or a son or daughter that 5th grade to 12th grade, and it's Friday night, you think, oh man, they just got so much energy. I could drop them off at the Y, and they're going to get support. They're going to have an opportunity to get some food. They're going to have an opportunity to interact with the classmates, maybe make a new friend from a different school. Maybe you'll make a lifetime friend from a different school. So it's one of those things where it's a great program. And this Friday, and many people in the Ohio Valley know this name. And if you're from outside of the Ohio Valley when watching, you'll know it because he's going to do a great job with it. Quincy Wilson, who was just a great player, a great student athlete at Weir High, and is now the new head coach, and then went on to play college football at WVU, and then went on to the National Football League. Just a quality human being. He's going to be there Friday night, and he's going to have a talk with the kids that are there, and probably, like we said, break into a game of some sort, or whatever. They'll probably try and get him to do everything, I would imagine. What has it meant to you personally to have the opportunity to reach out and maybe reach the community in a different way through the 5th quarter? What has that meant to you? How does it, because I just know when people do good things, it's like, That just makes my soul feel good when I leave and go home on Friday night. It just probably make but I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No,
But
right.
what do you think?
So as the director, I don't need to be there on Fridays. I want to be there Fridays. It does. It's my favorite. First of all, I think I love chaos. So all the kids are running and
You
just
should work in
everywhere.
television.
And I'm just like, I'm in the middle of it. I love talking to the kids. I literally can say I love every one of them. You know, it's a lot. We're getting 80 to 100, and pretty much all of that 80 to 100 is coming every single Friday. So I know who they are. If I can notice one's missing. I want to add, we actually added at 5:30, woman's mind and body affirmation class. So we noticed that that's a need. So we added that at 5:30 before fifth quarter, and that's for the young girls.
Okay.
And Jerica Brown actually runs that. She volunteers, and she does a fantastic job. And it's a way for these girls to feel better about themselves without social media. So the combination of all that, and even with Jerica's class, sitting in that class and those girls opening up. So between that and the boys, it's so funny. I see them a couple Fridays ago. They keep walking by the room. They keep walking. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And they said, why don't we have our own class? But I was like, well, I got something fun for you guys to do.
Yeah.
And I actually took them down into the old locker rooms to go explore.
There you go.
I'll tell you what, they thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
Oh, it's different down there.
Yeah,
it's an old setup and the whole thing.
I mean, it still has the signs, the coach's room, and everything.
Yeah.
And it's funny because one of my members messaged me and goes, hey, just to let you know, there's some kids posting live feed on Snapchat that they're in the old locker rooms. And I was like, I know, I'm watching them. But
I've been in there back when there were games. Nobody needs to be in those locker rooms, but to go exploring and never seen it before, it's gonna be fun.
I think I scared them too, because I told them, I said, one time I found a homeless guy in here.
Oh, jeez.
So this is like 5:30 before we got all 80. I didn't take all 80 kids back in there, but there was about 10, 15 that was exploring.
Let me ask you this, because if there's 80 to 100 kids and they're showing up every week, obviously you're not the only one.
Correct.
That's there. What is your staff like? How do you get them involved? How many people help with this project? Because it's one of those things that has grown organically, and all of a sudden, oh wait, we need some more people.
Yeah. So I have some of my staff that stay. I actually have a couple volunteers through UPP. So they kind of stay and do that. And so same with like the prevention board and recovery, like when we have there's a couple that's like, hey, we'll come through.
Oh,
you know. So you guys, everybody probably knows Beth Rupert Warren. She kind of volunteers. Her daughter will volunteer. So we get some of those people that the community volunteering, and anyone that does volunteer, we have to do a background check, obviously, to make them safe with the kids. But we also have my staff as well. So, and I feel like we have a system now where we can kind of watch. Now, every once in a while, we'll have a little fight break up.
That's bound to happen
when you have that many kids. But we know how to handle it and take care of it and stuff like that. So
let me ask you this. You have this staff, you have everybody there. If a mom or dad sees this, or maybe a student that is between 5th grade and 12th grade that are eligible to be there on Friday nights after the 5th quarter or for the 5th quarter, and they need more information, can they go someplace online? Can they call you at the Y?
Yeah, they can definitely call the front desk of the Y. And don't ask me the number. I'm not sure.
Okay.
If you Google the St. John Arena YMCA, it'll have it on there. But they could call the front desk. We have a Facebook page. It doesn't have a lot on the 5th quarter. I post every day. So you guys saw my name on there. You can look at my Facebook, but it has, I post videos and pictures of the kids all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But it's easy enough to get the information from mom and dad if they're thinking, okay, I want to try this on Friday and go from there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you had to sum up the 5th quarter, we'll hold that. We'll hold that for a second. You know why? Because you have to get involved in the National Day Calendar. It's something we do every day on the 9-minute Phill-Up.
Okay.
So, all right. May 13th, 2025. The National Days. Do you like salads?
Yeah.
Okay. You like croutons?
No.
Oh, well, okay. Okay, crouton day is eliminated. All right, I'm gonna call the National Day calendar. Tell them that it is National Crouton Day, not Jordan, but Jason, our director today. We mentioned that out and I said, "What do you think croutons?" He goes, "Best part of the salad."
That's so funny.
Now, so we're 50-50 on the whole crouton day, but it's the crust. It's croutons often made with day-old bread. It's French, a little oil, butter, and all that stuff. Seasoning gets all wrapped up into it. So there's your croutons. So if you like croutons, enjoy it. It's today's National Crouton Day. Now, when you were a kid, Jordan, when you were a kid, and even now, if there's one, I'll have it. Fruit cocktail.
No, absolutely not.
So they still have those
You don't like
cups,
fruit cocktails? We used to get the cans. My mom used to get the can, open up, pour it in the bowl. Okay, David, here, Bill.
I think my mom used to make it like with that tang.
Uh-huh.
It would taste a little bit
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
cups.
Yeah. Okay. So you're a fruit cup. You're
Yeah,
on the
I'm
fruit
good on
cocktail.
that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Jordan's a no. Jordan. All right. This is one of my favorites. You know why? Little apple pie, a little vanilla on it. Apple pie.
No.
Apple pies. Fresh apples.
Ooh, fresh apple
Fresh
pie.
apples.
Heat it up. A
Yeah,
little
in
warm,
the fall.
little vanilla. lets it melt a little bit.
No.
So I'm going to say you're out on key lime pie. You don't even know what key lime pie is.
I don't think
Key lime pie would be good.
Okay. All right. You like key lime pie?
I don't think I've really had key
Ooh.
lime pie.
You get it down in Florida
Like, all
on the
nasty
Keys.
like that.
It's fantastic. What's that?
I don't like apples when they're all like nasty
What do you mean?
Okay,
nasty like
they're not
that.
nasty. They're not. That's
like that.
yeah. No.
cut and
Cut and cooked.
boiled?
Cut and cooked with a little cinnamon,
cooked- just
little
cooked
vanilla.
apples
Oh,
is good.
yeah. Okay. All right. But in America on Apple Pie Day, of course, you have to remember in the 70s, you used to hear this all the time: baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. That was a big ad campaign. And then in World War II, a lot of the servicemen and women would say, "Mom and apple pie." That's what they're there fighting for. All right, now this, Jordan, I know you're going to love this because right now you're. What did you go for on the croutons? Did you like the croutons or
I
not?
like croutons.
Okay. National Frog Jumping Day.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe.
National Frog Jumping Day, 1865. Mark Twain wrote the short story Jim Smiley and His Jumping Frog, which later turned into the celebrated jumping frog of Calaveras County in California. Now, here's the world record of this.
World record.
World record holder for frog jumping, Rosie the Riveter. Not Riveter, but the Riveter. Rosie the
Nice,
Riveter.
clever.
1986.
Wait, is that the frog jumping?
The
or
frog
person?
jumping. The
Is
frog
it like
jumping.
the fro-
So
okay.
21 feet,
Oh,
5 3/4 inches.
This is an
I
actual
have to tell you,
frog.
my family, if they're watching this, is cracking up because I have a phobia of frogs. I
Oh,
hate
gee.
frogs more than anything. I can't see them. I will run. I will cry. So you talking about frogs?
Oh my God.
She's like, really? The one day I'm on with
And
National
we're
Frog
talking about
Jumping.
frogs.
So, anyways, what they do is they put the frog down in the middle of the
Oh, no.
stage, and then you run up behind the frog and you kind of stomp your foot, and the frog jumps, and you do that 2 more times, and then they get a total, and that's the world record. So, Rosie the Riveter,
Wow.
21 feet, 5 3/4 inches. We're moving on because Marcy is having
No.
heart palpitations as we speak. Now, we also check in on birthdays and big events that have happened in the country's history. So basically today we kind of just went all birthdays. The other stuff, the national stuff, wasn't really all that great. Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber, heavyweight champion of the world, considered one of the most influential boxers of all time. He was a big deal because when he fought in World War II era, he fought German fighter that was considered unbeatable. He beat, the whole thing. So Joe Louis, born in 1914, lived until 1981. B. Arthur, Dorothy from Golden Girls and Maude, actress, 1922 to 2009. Very funny lady. Harvey Keitel, who's in Pulp Fiction. He's kind of plays the tough guy in movies and all that stuff. But when you get to the musicians that were born on this date, now I'm sure there may probably more, but how about these? Richie Valens, who did La Bamba. He's one, and he unfortunately Born 1941, died 1959. He was in the plane crash with Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper, and it is considered or called the day the music died because they died in a plane crash in Iowa. But a tremendous talent. Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper were unbelievable. But how about this one, 1950? Stevie Wonder. How good Stevie Wonder? I mean, just ridiculous. Now, these are some of the songs they listed. Superstition, Isn't She Lovely, Ebony and Ivory, along with Paul McCartney. But this one I have to tell you, my pitching coach at the University of Miami down in Florida, Coach Barry, Red Barry, he would before the games, we'd have batting practice, and we'd be down to the bullpen getting ready for whoever's pitching and all that stuff. And he would be down there, and this song would come on. I Just Called to Say I Love You by Stevie Wonder. I'll tell you what, I love Coach Barry. He can't carry a bucket. He can't carry a bucket with a tuna because he would sing out loud, and we would all just sit and look at him and go, Coach, come on. And he goes, no. He goes, listen to the words. He goes, listen to the words. Yeah. He goes, it's fantastic. You talk about how you love this person and the whole thing, and you just want to let them know so much and the whole thing. He loved it. And I hear that song and I think of Coach Barry.
I think my dad sang it in a wedding.
Oh, I'd say it's a great song. It really is. So Stevie Wonder in 1950, and then a guy by the name of Darius Rucker, Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh, Mr. my dad liked Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah, and then he went on to be a country star as well. So he's born in 1966. Now you're all caught up on your national days, and I apologize for bringing up the frogs, but I had no idea. I know.
I'm like, my family thinks it's hilarious.
Well, they'll love this then. But you were good on the fruit cocktail and the apple pie. Jordan's out on those. She was in on the croutons. She said okay on the croutons. Frog jumping, not so much. Oh. So anyways, as we wrap things up, as we go back to the fifth quarter, and you're probably starting to get some calls, people going, you're on the fifth quarter, you're on the Diamond Phil. What is your if you had to give someone a summation of what the fifth quarter is and why it is so important, not only to the YMCA to have people come there or for you, right. Because it makes you feel good, and you're also helping people, which is part of your mission, I'm sure, at the Y. Yes. What would the overall summation be for you, and why it's so important to the community?
So I think it's important to the community because you see kids steering the wrong way. You know, I just was in a group meeting on Jefferson County, and some of the things that we're struggling as a county-wide, and top is drug abuse, you know. So if we can have an area where these kids can come and in a safe environment to hang out, not go after a football game or go party with a friend, and have fun without drinking, vaping, all that harmful stuff, and learn how to have fun the right way. Yeah. And then throw in mentorship and people to look up to, and have all that combined. You're showing these kids what the right way to behave. And heck, that's why I'm trying to bring some of those people in, because I wanted to keep it in the county, right? Mm-hmm. These kids seeing like, look how good he's doing in the county and stuff. And these could be our future commissioners, basketball players, football players, and stuff like that. So I want them to know that we're as a community care for them, and we want them to be here and stay. Like, I'm sure they'll go away to college, but come back. Yeah. And be that same stuff for these kids. Yeah, be the leaders of tomorrow, and just be here at home and be the leaders of tomorrow. Well, Marcy, I can't thank you. No, oh, wait a minute. Jordan, we've got some people. We've got some comments. Let's see. Really enjoyed your post. This is from Carol. Happy birthday, Richie Valens. Pauline says hello. All right. John Michael is always, I should say, he's always okay. He's very much into entertainment. Favorite Stevie Wonder songs: Higher Ground, Sir Duke is good, and Sharia Moore. So you have those, and then Carol saying hello. Can't thank you guys enough for checking in with us. And again, if you are new to the fifth quarter, if you've never heard about it before,
make sure you check it out. Go to the Facebook page, call the YMCA, or just stop by on a Friday night. If a mom and dad stop by with
we
maybe
would
their
walk
7th
around.
grader, the mom and dad can stay and kind of observe, see how things are
they
going
can
before they leave?
stick around with me, and I can show them around. And I've had a few parents like kind of stay around a little bit just to see, you know, because
they want to make sure everybody's safe and all that.
They want to see
stuff.
what it's all about.
Yeah. And
So.
that's the great thing. I mean, I remember when I was a kid in Connecticut growing up, people were blowing up my phone, going to the YMCA. And it was, you played basketball, you could go swimming, you could do all that stuff. And it was a great place to go and be. And again, if you remember St. John Arena and you're thinking, why is that? What does that have to do with the YMCA? Well, that is the YMCA in Steubenville now. And they have done an absolutely fabulous job of reconfiguring. And that was a number of years ago that has happened, but it continues to grow. You continue to have updates and make things new and keep them fresh. So, you know, go and check it out. But the 5th quarter this week, we get there. It's supposed to be 7, but if you get there at 6:30, maybe, you know, Marcy might open the door for you, let you in. Quincy Wilson is going to be there. A little, lack of a better way to put it, maybe a little fellowship, a little mentorship, talking with the kids, answering some questions, probably playing some games with them. If you don't know Quincy Wilson, he was a tremendous student athlete at Weir High. Now the head coach, just became the head coach at Weir High's alma mater, and will have his first coaching season with them this coming fall. Went on to WVU, went on to the National Football League. He's coached a number of years, just a wonderful human being. So he's going to be there on Friday. And again, 5th to 12th grade, you get some food, some fellowship, maybe some new friends that you're going to meet. And, you know, if the kids want to talk to Marcy, she's available. She checks in with everybody. And again, Marcy Crawford, the director of the YMCA in Steubenville. If you have any questions about it, you can call and ask for her, and she'd be happy to talk to you. If you go on a Friday night, she'll be happy to talk to you. And I was thrilled to get to talk to you today. It's very interesting. It's one of those things that I kind of knew about, but I didn't know, you know, everything I should know about it. And I just think it's a great thing for the kids in the community of Jefferson County. And so now if let's say you're from Weirton. And you're like, I want to go across the bridge, or I'm from Toronto or East Liverpool, or, you know, and I've heard about this.
Yeah, I actually try to reach out. We get a few Edison.
Okay.
I mean, like when I did the demographics, we've had a few kids from Brilliant and Smithfield all the way to Burgles.
Oh,
so we do get them all. Now I didn't add this. We are working on transportation.
Oh,
so
great.
Slowly trying to get implemented.
Okay. All right.
So because that's kind of the hindrance for some of these kids.
Yeah. So big doings with the 5th quarter. It continues to grow.
Yeah.
Congratulations on all the success. And please, we'll have to have you back on down the road to talk about, you know, give us an update on how it's going.
Yeah.
If you have any special guests coming in that you want to, you know, have us talk to or talk about, would love to do that. And again, Friday night, if you have a 5th to 12th grader, or you are a 5th to 12th grader and you're watching the 9-Minute Phill-Up, thank you very much. We just stop by, check it out. It's worth it. And we can't thank Marcy again enough for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Jordan, producer extraordinaire, we can't thank her enough. You know what? Jordan might be traveling again. It's unbelievable. We may have to have Jordan travel again. She might be going to, she loves Alabama.
Alabama.
You never know.
What's in Alabama?
The beach.
Well, yeah, the lake and the beach.
Yeah, she goes to California now, Alabama maybe. It's out of control, but she's having fun, so that's all that matters. So, anyways, you know you don't know the 2 rules, do you?
No.
Oh, she knows them. She'll know them now. Jordan, ready? All right, you get the 2 rules. Well, first, got to thank him again. Valley Converting. Everybody want to thank them for all that they do for the 9-Minute Phill-Up. See him in T-Town, the Gem City of Toronto, Ohio. Paper recycling, they will do it all for you. Just give Mike Biasi a call. But he knows the 2 rules, Mike does. 2 rules: have fun and always try your best. So if you're having fun and trying your best, that's all that matters, because who's going to get mad at you if you're having fun and trying your best?
That's it.
Marcy, again, thank you very much for stopping by. Greatly appreciate it. All right, everybody, it's only Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday, and we'll have more fun on the 9-Minute Phill-Up. And again, can't thank you enough for checking in. I apologize for not paying attention enough to the comments, but we were engrossed in the conversation about the 5th quarter. Again, You could do that this weekend, fifth quarter, 7 to 10 at the YMCA in Steubenville, the old St. John Arena, and just head on down, find out about it. 5th to 12th graders, and they're going to have a great time. And Quincy Wilson's going to be there as well. And Marcy will be there. So if you see her, she'll give you all the information and all the things you need. All right. Till next time, everybody. We'll see you so long. Thank you. We'll see you
Bye.
tomorrow.